Hey, let's take just a minute and talk about some very effective logos so that we can start to understand the language of simple and clear communication. Here's just a collection of some very recognizable and successful logos for some huge companies. And it's not the logo that made these companies huge, obviously, but it is the logo and that image for the brand that helps remind everybody, no matter where they're at and how this image comes across, that it's associated with that brand. If we look at the Adidas logo, this is three rectangles that are turned to a sloped angle to the left. And they're not perfectly aligned. There's almost a step upwards. And there's a few things you could say about this if you're trying to associate it with sports. You could say that the angle in classical artistic and design form creates tension, and that there is tension in the world of sports. It also means that there's a step up every time. It's not a perfect slope. You actually have to step up to hit that next one. So maybe there's those sort of undertones in the purpose of the design to keep it tense, active, and subliminally telling the viewer that you got to climb to the top, and that maybe Adidas is at the top, which is a little different than the Nike swoosh, which is probably the most successful logo ever. This just represents speed and movement, which is what Nike is all about. They're not so developed in the term of like strength. This being a strong image, it's not really a strong image in the world of interpretation, but it has this amazing like whoosh sort of feel to it, which is about speed and performance, and that sums up Nike more. The Twitter birds, they tweet, twiddly diddly dee, twiddly diddly dee, tweet, twert. No, that's not part of it. In fact, who knows? Maybe it is. I'm so detached from the world of Twitter. Maybe there is a term called twert. But anyways, Twitter, tweeting, that has to do with a bird, and it's so clearly a bird and so simple of a form in flight and singing. It's a happy bird. You will never forget that image to be part of Twitter. Coca-Cola is just about elegance and class, really. Kellogg's is Kellogg's is just maybe close to the Coca-Cola terms. It's classy and strong. Disney is about a person. It's the signature. It is the mark of the hand of the man behind the art. That is Disney, right? Apple Computers, one of the most successful companies in the world. You cannot mistake the form of the apple, and it is pretty generalized as far as the form goes. It's all rounded except for the bite's been taken out and for that one little leaf. And there's no apple that looks like this in the world. There's no apple that has a leaf that looks like that in the world. But the fact that we have taken the form of something that is at least uniformly, universally recognized to anybody, anywhere, who needs to eat and sustain themselves, the apple is a great start. The fact that the bite has been taken out of it is twofold. The bite having to do with computer language, right? The byte, B-Y-T-E, and the fact that you are consuming and you want to have it. You need to eat it. The forbidden fruit. It's awesome. The shell, the shell is something, it's an image that has been used for hundreds of years in paintings and whatnot. And now it's been totally simplified to this amazing crest with the lines pulling us into the core center. It's almost sun-like in a way. All right, the International Wildlife Federation logo, the panda bear. The panda bear, everyone loves a panda bear, which should mean that everyone loves preserving something sacred. The panda bear known as a species which is going extinct. So why not have something that people care for and want to preserve as being your image? 2 colors, and if you think about the shape itself, it only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shapes in the whole thing that are separate from each other. The rest of it is beautiful curves and form to very simply say panda bear. Starbucks is just, all right, first of all, I don't like Starbucks, but I'll talk about the logo. Everyone knows it because it's the queen of coffee. It's the queen of coffee. It's almost like her hair is the flowing over creme de la Java, right? It's lovely. It has flow. There are 2 circles in this logo, 1 and 2. That is the utmost simple core of what this is, and everything else is built either within or outside of that inner circle. So there's a lot of symmetry. There's a grounding because the second circle is located at the base of the first circle, and that gives us a sense of gravity and grounding. And it's the goddess of coffee. All right, I love New York. Yeah, you can't mistake this logo, and everyone's tried to use it for their own city, but it is one of the most simplest, most efficient logos known to mankind. It has a very simple and clean font and the heart, right? You can't screw that up. OXO, once again, something everyone can recognize, and you can't hide the simplicity of this being 3 circles. The outer circle, the 2 O's, and then a wonderful X in the middle, which just keeps the flow of things happening almost in a sense of infinity. Look at how this works. The O through the X, the O through the X. It just keeps you right there, and you're never going to leave it. You're stuck. Plus the fact you're inside of a circle with like a border. The Izod crocodile, very simple. 2 colors with relief. You can't miss it. That's all I'm going to say. Then Lego has the power. Whoa, what's going on here? Go away. The Lego has the power of, in this case, color and just action. So action, I mean by the sloped italic text. This brings in tension just like the Adidas sloped rectangles do. It's action. Let's build. Let's get into this. All right? And then the softness of it says, but we are here for everybody of any age, and we're friendly. That's what the soft, rounded font of the Lego logo says. And the 3 colors, well, I guess 4, the white, the black, the yellow, and the red have great contrast, and yellow and red mean action. If you think about it, you look at the Shell logo. Shell is about gasoline, cars, and driving. That's action. That's act. McDonald's is blue, is red and yellow, and that is let's eat, let's consume. So there's a lot of undertone just in the color here. So that's the first little view at some successful logos in their most simplistic yet effective form. So think about that as you get into your own logo design. All right. Have fun.